MGT Consulting Company released a 31-page report regarding Texas A&M Galveston. A&M School of Education and Human Development ranked in the top 10 for best online education programs. And students are celebrating Black History Month through on-campus community events. I'm Caroline Wilburn, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Batt Signal.
Hey Aggies, are you ready to win some money? Then download the Lucra Sports app right now. Lucra is the new social app for sports because with Lucra, you get to set the terms and compete against your friends and other real people. That's right, no more taking on the house that always wins, no more bookies shading the lines in their favor, and no more sharks just waiting to take your money. Just one-on-one sports action against your friends and fellow Aggies. Lucra offers all kinds of contests: NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. Heck, you can even challenge your friends on the next game of beer pong you're playing. There's no time like right now to race over to the App Store or Google Play Store and download the Lucra Sports app. That's Lucra, Lucra. Best of all, your contests against your friends are on us. Use promo code AGGIES and Lucra will put $10 in free play right into your account upon signing up. No deposit required, just free money from Lucra Sports to get you started. The fun is already going on without you, so make sure you download Lucra Sports today.
On January 24th, President M. Catherine Banks released the MGT of America Consulting's findings and recommendations for the Galveston campus as part of the comprehensive review of A&M. Here to talk with us more about the report is Editor-in-Chief Michaela Rush. Michaela, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So, obviously, the report is 31 pages long, and it's not very easily digestible. What would you recommend for readers to focus on if they want to read this report?
While there are important recommendations for all parts of campus, what really stood out to me was the sections related to student affairs as well as academic programs, as I think these will have the biggest impact on students' day-to-day lives. Organizational structure, of course, very important, as well as communications, but just based on where students are going to be in their day-to-day lives, as well as what they're able to do outside of class, I think is probably the most relevant topic.
Yeah, so a confidential online survey will be available until February 24th with one-on-one meetings with units and departments mentioned in the recommendations. Those will be scheduled shortly after. So Galveston Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Michael E. Fossum said in an online email that feedback collected on the report will aid in determining which recommendations will be accepted, rejected, modified, or require further review, but said that many of the proposed recommendations have already begun. Michaela, do you want to talk more about these recommendations that are already in place?
For sure. So the recommendations span a couple different areas of campus, including student enrollment services, marketing and communications, human resources and organizational effectiveness, information technology services, and finance and business services. Something that is really important to note is that the first recommendation that they have moved forward with is making sure that they have remediated any pay discrepancies between positions on campus.
So, specifically focusing on the academic programs portion of the report, what seems to be most notable, in addition to clearly linking Sea Grant's academic programs between Galveston and College Station, is that MGT recommended the consolidation of the Marine Biology and Marine and Coastal Environmental Sciences Department. What else seems to be really important in regards to the academic program section?
So to me, what really stood out was the consolidation of the departments of Marine Biology and Marine and Coastal Environmental Sciences departments. While the two programs do have some overlap, from what I understand of their general day-to-day schedule and the kind of courses they offer, they do have some big differences. So I'm curious to see what campus feedback will be like on that. And then the other academic section that I think is potentially really exciting is moving the Sea Grant headquarters to the Galveston campus. At the moment, there are Texas Sea Grant activities that are happening both in College Station and in Galveston, but currently they're headquartered in College Station, which maybe doesn't make a lot of sense because the research opportunities for the Sea Grant are all in Galveston.
Yeah, so another notable section of the report is student affairs. Specifically, MGT recommended that the management of all summer camps, other camps, and minor programs should fall under the oversight of student affairs, which is based in College Station. What else is important to consider as far as student affairs go?
So in the student affairs section, basically the group recommends that all of the services be streamlined through College Station. And the hope with this is that by providing like a central office in College Station that has the resources to do things like student organization finances, helping with event planning, helping with liability forms, that's going to provide more opportunities for students to do more with their student organizations. So I think that that's going to be interesting to see what students think about that and how it might help or hurt their student organizations moving forward.
Yeah, so that's really just the tip of the iceberg as far as this report goes. But if you want to read Michaela and I's full breakdown of the report, you can read it on thebat.com or on print stands now. Michaela, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Texas A&M School of Education and Human Development, or SEHD, is one of the highly ranked distant learning programs due to its scholarly support. Here to tell us more about SEHD's recent status is news writer Madison Umphrey. Madison, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, Caroline, thank you so much for having me.
So, SEHD maintained its status as one of the best online programs in this country, and January 24th marked its fourth consecutive year being ranked in the top 10 by U.S. News. Can you tell us more about the program and its history?
Yes, Regents Professor and Senior Associate Dean of Academic Affairs Beverly J. Irby, PhD, said the school-level Distant Education Committee was founded 5 years ago to improve the distance education experience for students. Professor and Dean of the School of Education and Human Development Michael A. Miranda, PhD, said this ranking report benefits the department as a whole and its dedication to being better in all aspects.
So, I understand that you spoke to some students within the department. What did they say when you spoke to them?
Yeah, I spoke with sports management senior Damian Sanchez, who said he fell in love with sports growing up, which motivated him to work in the sports field. Sports management is one of the majors that Miranda said the school is committed to supporting. Sanchez said he's loved his experience at A&M from top to bottom, especially the opportunities it has granted him. Sanchez said he doesn't believe he would be this far into his career without the help of the department and the connections it has led him to.
Well, it sounds like the school is already in a great position. Do they have any goals or aspirations for the future?
Yes, in order to be responsive to the constituents of working professionals, Irby said that the school continues to improve and grow online degree program offerings. The online degree program has continued to improve and grow while being responsive to constituents of working professionals, Irby said. And Miranda said the world-class faculty and advisors use training, experience, and talents to provide a thorough education to graduate students, no matter where they reside.
Well, it sounds like SEHD is a great asset to A&M. Madison, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Caroline, for having me on.
Students are celebrating Black History Month and engaging in community events hosted by the Memorial Student Center What's in Black Awareness Committee, or MSC-WBAC. Here to tell us more about the student org is life and arts writer Sydnei Miles. Sydnei, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about MSC-WBAC?
Yes, so what I've learned more about the Woodson Black Awareness Committee is that it's an organization that helps students become more educated on the culture of people of African descent, and it prioritizes community involvement and experiences for students to learn about the importance of Black culture and its many aspects. So I think it has a very similar mission behind a lot of Black orgs or like any other multicultural org on campus, but just to really like dive in to Black culture, Black history, and fun things like that.
Yeah, so what events are being held this month specifically?
So this month, I know that they kicked off our Black History Month with a breakfast with Dr. Bernice A. King, which is actually Dr. Martin Luther King's youngest daughter. They actually held that right before February started. So that was a big kickoff that had a lot of attendance. There was a lot of people there. I'm almost positive they had full attendance. I know that they also had their West African Film Festival on February 9th, I believe. I believe that was last week. That had good attendance, and I don't know too much about that event or too much in depth about it, but I also know that they are holding a resistance event at the end of the month on the 28th, I believe, and it's called The Resistance at Texas A&M with Professor Rebecca Hankins. That's going to be more of like a conversation and a talk that people can be a part of, and I'm pretty sure they sent out an email about it to like everybody. So those are the three big events that they're doing this month to celebrate Black history.
Yeah, so what makes these events so beneficial to the student body at A&M?
I think these are beneficial to the student body because I think it's very important for us to learn about other cultures, not just Black culture, but every other culture, Hispanic culture, Asian culture, Black culture. I think that's very important regardless of what race you are to learn, because you are able to open your mind up and become more sympathetic to other cultures and to other people and learn more and increase your knowledge in those aspects. It brings our Aggie community together because I think you're able to gain a better perspective of what people go through, and things like that. And I think just these events in total or in general will help all of the student body just learn more about things that they might not know about, whether you already know about black culture, whether you're wanting to learn about it, or whether you're wanting to share something about it. I think that is very important that we hold ourselves accountable to become educated on all of these things and these matters.
Awesome. Well, if you want to read Sydney's full story about WBAC, you can read it on thebat.com or on print stands now. Sydney, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
For more information on all the stories featured in today's episode, visit our website at thebat.com or pick up a print edition on stands every Thursday. This week's contributors are Michaela Rush, Madison Umphrey, and Sydnei Miles. Make sure to check out previous episodes of the Batt Signal, Home Turf, and Calculated Culture available wherever you get your podcasts.